So I'm finding out one of the moderators, the lady that was up there, is actually Kamala's sorority sister. So you have the sorority sister, and then you have her best friend that is one of the execs. So now we know why there was a 3-on-1 debate. So we know that it was a biased debate. No questions asked. So you're celebrating for nothing because she never did get to her policy. She never answered any questions. They never fact checked her on anything. I want to bring something else to your attention.
Yes, I don't know if you have seen this. It is going viral on social media. Apparently, there is ABC whistleblower who will be releasing a signed affidavit through his lawyer in which he detailed how Kamala got the question in advance. It should happen today or tomorrow as soon as the lawyer sanitized his statement for release. It is not even surprising to a lot of people. They knew that this would happen. Trump recently sent this out. No more debate. A lot of people are fuming, especially Libras on social media.
There was a 3-on-1 debate. So we know that it was a biased debate. No questions asked. So you're celebrating for nothing because she never did get to her policy. She never answered any questions. They never fact checked her on anything. I want to bring something else to your attention because a lot of people are distorted in knowing what a real leader is. See, Trump is a real leader. A real leader is not perfect by any means. For my Christians out there, you know David in the Bible wasn't perfect. You know Paul wasn't perfect. Noah wasn't perfect. Solomon wasn't perfect. Abraham wasn't perfect. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. King Cyrus. None of those leaders were perfect, but nonetheless, they were leaders. See, a leader shows up. They don't hide from the people. She's saying that she's a part of the people. Then where were you for 3.5 years? You didn't show up. You didn't show up for the families that was in Afghanistan. You didn't show up. All you did was hid behind the keyboard all weekend and talk about the real leader that showed up. You didn't show up to the border. Trump went to the border, even though he wasn't president. He showed up to the border. And for all you black people out there, she didn't even show up to the NABJ. Trump showed up to the NABJ. You know, so the only leader that's perfect was Jesus Christ. It's time to rise up and speak out against the evil of the atrocities of this party. The manipulation, the gaslighting. It has to stop. And black people, y'all are sitting up here and y'all supporting this stuff. And this woman said that she wasn't doing nothing for black folks. She was locking up black men in jail left and right. And y'all still want to back her. So she's saying that it's time for a change. She is completely right. I 100% agree. It's time for a change, and it's time to get your administration, fire her administration, and move in Trump into the White House.
Yes, Trump won the debate against Biden so badly that he was pushed out of the race. Trump beat Kamala so badly in the second debate that she begged for another one that same night. But now Trump has declared there will be no more dead debate. Sorry, Kamala, back to the teleprompter you go. A lot of people are putting this out on social media. Taking a look at this lady, she is right. Expressing herself and what she discovered, Kamala wants to debate where she is comfortable, where a lot of things can happen. They can ask her softball questions like they always do. And at a certain point, when you pose a hard question, she cannot even answer. So we saw when Fox News came out to say, oh, Kamala, we want you to debate here, they refused. The first time they requested a debate on CNN, Trump did not hesitate, he went. They requested this on ABC, Trump went. So why can't they listen to Trump? Trump should be able to now decide where he wants his debate to hold. Taking a decision to say no more debate, it is cool to me. I don't have a problem with that because Democrat will continue to do this. Now they want to correct the mistake she made. So in the next debate, she should be able to perform well. That is according to Libras. I'm glad that Trump says no more debate.
But here's a fact. He did get pushback from them. They did try to fact check him in real time, but there were numerous questions that she would not answer. And she did tell several lies and got no fact checking. So I think if you're going to lay down a marker that we're going to push back on these candidates, you got to do it to none or you got to do it to both. They asked her directly in the very first question if she thought they had any responsibility for the economic conditions or that people were better off than they were for. And she completely ignored it. They asked her on immigration. Why did you wait until 6 months before the election to do anything? And she completely ignored it. And so fact-checking and Barb's aside, those are the two most important issues in the election. They asked her, she completely ignored them, and they spent all their time going after Trump and didn't follow up on any of that. I thought it was ridiculous.
Look at reporting from Reuters and the New York Times. They actually asked a number of undecided voters in key states, how did you view the candidates going in? How did you view them going out? Reuters, in fact, had 60%, I think it was 6 out of 10 voters, who said they moved towards Trump afterwards. And when they were asked why, they said, because Kamala Harris was evasive on her answers around the economy. And I think she flubbed a really key opportunity she had in that very first question when she was asked, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? And she didn't show a single really ability to connect with voters who are struggling right now in this economy and with the price of goods and groceries and gas. And she missed a real key moment there. So
yes, just after the debate, Trump is now winning her in Michigan. A lot of black people came out, they cannot continue with her. They realized that she blundered off when it concerns the economy. She did not focus on that. So now Democrats came out immediately and demanded a second debate because of this failure. It is impossible. Trump should stay at his lane. No more debate. Let's see if she can do this through her teleprompter and speeches throughout. There is something concerning this pet issue that I'm seeing a lot of people are talking on social media.
Communities that are being smeared here, it puts their lives in danger. And it is just hate speech. That's what it is. And some of the news organizations here have reported that some Haitian immigrants are fearing for their safety right now because of result of this is what this is. So instead of leaders trying to bring us together around our shared values, and I will say one more thing, and I think if you guys could hear me out for 1 second, like maybe we should not have leaders who fall for fake conspiracy theories. We should think about that. Maybe we should not have leaders who do that.
Morning, peeps. Hello from Kansas City. About to head back to New York, but before I do, I thought we should unpack this crazy insanity Trump said yesterday at the debate about immigrants eating people's pets. Okay, so what's happening here? Like in 2016, like in 2020, Donald Trump and maggots are using attacks on immigrants and paranoia around immigrants to try to build fear and angst in American voters in hopes that that translates into a victory for them. So last week they came up with this crazy conspiracy theory saying that Venezuelan gangs had taken over Aurora, Colorado, had taken over apartment complexes in Aurora, Colorado. That is false. City officials came out and denied it patently. So this week they've moved from Colorado to Ohio. Now it's all about Springfield, Ohio, where there are some Haitian immigrants that have been sent under a parole program. And so now
Karine is indirectly using that campaign strategy, the same word Kamala was using, our country deserves better, and
who are diehard Trump supporters. I have family who are diehard Harris supporters, and I have friends on both of those. And this is why I say, we shouldn't demean Trump supporters. We shouldn't call them names. We shouldn't say they're cultists or ignorant.
They have issues.
Because we all have them in our lives, and we all have them in our lives, and we love them. And you know how you reach them? Because I engage, and I don't do it trying to tell them they're wrong. I tell them my experience, why I am going a certain way, and I meet them where they are. And if they don't change, it's not going to change my relationship with them.
I do think we should call them names, and I think Donald Trump. I think Tim Walz's brother is dumb as hell, because if he gets into that vice presidential mansion, he's going to miss a lot of good parties.
Trump has come in the spin room, just so you know. That has happened. Newly reported by NBC News, Vice President Kamala Harris has spoken recently and repeatedly with former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton.
She could not do in 4 years. It is insane to think that...
You really want Trump to lose this election, right? No, you don't? Really?
So that debate was a bunch of BS.
Well, my friends, Kamala Harris deserves an Academy Award for gaslighting, deflecting.
Bruh. Did you watch the debate? Of course you did. Did Kamala Harris move the needle? Of course she didn't.
We still have to have a controlled border, a secure border.